Hello, and welcome to this edition of Preservation Workshops. I'm Sue Taylor, Chief Curator for the New Mexico Museum of Space History. And today's topic is going to be, so you're jaded. Enjoy it. Now, I'm not talking about a rock group, heavy metal, that's called Jaded. I'm not talking about your personality. I'm talking about the gem of jade. This necklace of jade beads that I am wearing was given to me by a very good friend and my former Tai Chi teacher, Sho Ying Hines. She's gone now, but before she passed away, she gave me this necklace saying that in Taiwan, jade is known for bringing its wearers good luck and good fortune. I am going to tell you a little bit about jade today, and when you are done watching this video, you'll be an expert on what jade is all about. Let's get started. Let's start with talking about what jade really is. No, it's not about the jade-headed buffalo beetle, although you might see why it's called that. And no, we're not going to talk about the jade plant, even though it is spring. The English word jade is derived by way of the French le jade and Latin ilia, which means planks or kidney area, from the Spanish term piedra de jade, first recorded in 1565, or loinstone, from its reputed efficacy in curing ailments of the loins and kidneys. Nephrite is derived from lapis nephriticus, a Latin translation of the Spanish piedra de jade. Although jade has been around for thousands of years, it was not until 1863 that a French mineralogist, Alexis Damour, determined that what was commonly called jade was in fact one of two different mineral gemstones. This is nephrite, which consists of a microcrystalline interlocking fibrous matrix composed of a calcium magnesium iron rich amphibole mineral series. The higher the iron content, the richer the green. The second is jadeite, which is a silicate of sodium and aluminum made of interlocking microcrystalline crystals and is not fibrous like nephrite. It is actually a more precious kind of jade. Jade or nephrite can be found in Canada, China, Australia, and New Zealand. Jadeite comes from Guatemala and Myanmar, and Russia has both. The most common color for jade is green, but it also can be yellow or white. In China, white jade or nephrite is called mutton fat. Jade has been used for more than just jewelry. It has been used for art objects and even some utilitarian uses, such as this Chinese snuff bottle from the Qing dynasty around 1750 to 1850. However, it is not nephrite. It is a jadeite bottle with a jadeite stopper and can be seen at the Honolulu Museum of Art. Here is a Chinese jade pendant amulet, which shows the yin-yang symbol in the center and an imitation Chinese coin attached with a red brush for added good luck. Chinese culture places a high value on the meaning of jade. This is an ancient Chinese jade disc. Symbolizing heaven, such discs were ritual objects. This particular disc is a symbol of wealth, military power, and religious authority. Most such discs have been found in tombs belonging to high officials and aristocrats and required much skill and patience to produce. This disc's rough shape suggests it was hastily produced for burial purposes and can be seen at the National Museum of China in Beijing. Since it's been in the news lately, it's good to know that jade as jadeite is mined in Myanmar. Notice its rich color. The jade trade in Myanmar consists of not only mining, but the distribution and manufacture of jade pieces as well. The deposits around Myanmar are considered the highest quality jadeite in the world, and their trade has been going on as far back as the 10th century. Myanmar actually produces upward of 70% of the world's high-quality jadeite and is exported to other Asian nations for use as jewelry, art, and ornaments. From this sample, it's easy to see why. As you saw on the map, Guatemala is also a source for jadeite. Mesoamerica used jade for ideological rituals and was highly valued among the pre-Columbian Mesoamerican cultures of the Olmec, the Maya, and other groups in the Valley of Mexico. Jadeite is prized for its durability and was often worked or carved as ornamental stones, such as this plaque from the Mayan civilization. This necklace is from Chiapas, Mexico, and is another example of Mayan work. It dates to AD 200 to 900, so if it looks old, it is. Among the earliest known jade artifacts excavated from sites are usually simple ornaments with beads, buttons, and tubular shapes. Jade was used to make weapons such as knives due to the ability to carve jade into delicate shapes. Of course, instead of being made into a knife, jade will make a beautiful hilt. This example is from India. India is noted for its craftsman tradition of working jade not only into sword and dagger hilts, but for jewelry and other ornamental items. This 18th century dagger's blade is Damascus steel inlaid with gold. The hilt is jade, beautifully carved to fit in the hand comfortably, and the scabbard is steel with engraved, chased, and gilded decoration. By the way, I am a fencer and appreciate good blade work and comfortable hilts. It is believed that many of these jade-hilted daggers were mostly owned by the former sultans of Hyderabad. This piece can be seen at the Louvre, France. Jade rock needs to be inspected for quality, and this can be done by using a portable UV LED flashlight. This inspection is being done in a jade market in Myanmar. Let's go back and look at some other examples of exquisite jade work. This sculpture is located in the Aliança Underground Museum in Portugal. This museum is located in the cellars of an old winery. Not only can you see beautiful works of art such as this, but you can get a wine tasting as well. What better way to spend a vacation than by sampling good Portuguese wine and viewing works of art? Remember that jade can be easily carved into shapes. This pendant is a stylized hai matau, or carving of a fishhook typical of the Maori people of New Zealand. This symbolizes good luck and safe travel across water. A different culture from Asia, and yet jade is also believed to bring good luck. These earrings date to the Qing dynasty, around 1862-1874. This necklace dates to 1900. It is composed of 56 green jade beads strung symmetrically with gold rings. The flat rectangular pendant is carved with foliage, flowers, and buds, and is attached to the beads with a gold wire and separated by an oval rose quartz bead. This statue is made entirely of jade. It represents Avalokitesvara, which is the embodiment of compassion for Buddha. We have here a You're Jaded and copper pendant that would have been possibly worn from the belt. This is usually called a Huang pendant due to its crescent shape. You can find it at the Guao State Santa Menexia Jade Gallery, Henan Provincial Museum in Zhengzhou. Let's look at one last piece. Remember what the Chinese call white jade? Mutton fat. Here is a 17th century mutton fat, white nephrite jade thumb ring with emeralds, rubies, and a diamond. So, how can you tell if a finished jade product is genuine? To begin, look for flaws. While flaws in gemstones are typically considered a drawback, they can sometimes be a blessing in disguise. Flaws in jade reveal that the stone is likely authentic. Hold the gemstone under a source of light and carefully inspect it. Look for impurities resembling thin, vein-like fibers. If you see bubbles within the stone, it is likely that the stone is not genuine. Another test would be the scratch test. This test is one that many jade collectors swear by. Authentic jade is very hard and tough and does not scratch easily. It is much harder than the metals used to create common objects. To perform the scratch test, take a metal object like a needle, a knife, or a pair of scissors and scratch the surface of the jade. What you're looking for is whether the metal leaves a mark on the jade. If, however, you see that the metal has left a clear scratch in the gemstone, your jade is probably fake. Real jade cannot be scratched by steel. When performing the scratch test on a mounted piece of jade, take care to utilize a part of the stone that is not readily visible, like the underside of a pendant. Never do this test in a store, and even when doing it at home, take care that you do it in a way so as not to damage the setting of the jade. Temperature is another good indicator of whether it's real or not. Jade is naturally very cool to the touch, regardless of the temperature of its environment. Even if placed at a warm temperature, jade will maintain its coolness. It takes a fair bit of time to warm up and cools down very quickly. A good way to check is to hold the jade in your hand and feel its temperature. It may warm up to the touch of your hand. Set it aside for several seconds and then take it back into your hand. If it is real jade, it would have cooled down very quickly. Please know that this is a very subjective test and can be influenced by other factors. Sound can also be used to test a piece of jade. Real jade has a beautiful, soft clinking sound, unlike the heavier chime of glass or the hollow sound of plastic. Jade is very dense and is often heavier than other gemstones of the same size. This test is more effective if you have a piece of genuine jade on hand. Tap the gemstone in question with a piece of real jade and listen to the sound it produces. You can also tap the gemstone with a piece of glass or something like a metal object and listen. It should have a bell-like clinking sound. If you want to be really sure, take your jade to a gemologist. A good start would be with the Gem Institute of America, or GIA. Established in 1931, GIA is an independent nonprofit that protects the gem and jewelry buying public through research, education, and laboratory services. You can find them at www.gia.edu/. They have a gem encyclopedia on their website, and you can call them to recommend a gemologist in your area. They are located in Carlsbad, California. So, how do you clean your jade? Very simply. Start with a bucket and about 8 parts water. Next, mix 1 part dish soap. You may remember from other preservation workshops that I always recommend Dawn detergent. Many museum professionals use it to clean a variety of objects due to its gentleness. Lastly, add 1 part ammonia. Mix this well. Moisten a soft microfiber cloth or a soft toothbrush with the mixture and very gently wash the surfaces of the piece, whether it is your jewelry or a statue or whatever jade object you have. Rinse your jade under clean, running water. You want to be sure to remove the soap residue. Dry completely with a towel or another soft cloth. And just so you don't think there is no space connection to all of this, remember that China now has a lunar rover on the moon. Its name is Jade Rabbit.
Well, I hope you've learned something. Did you know that jade is really nephrite or jadeite? No, I bet you didn't, but now you do. And again, just think of the wonderful conversations you can have with your friends when we finally all get vaccinated and can go back to a normal life, whatever normal is for you. I am the Chief Curator for the New Mexico Museum of Space History, Sue Taylor. And if you wish to contact me, you can. My email is sue.taylor@state.nm.us. Please go to the museum's YouTube channel where you can see not only other preservation workshops, but kitchen chemistry and stories from space. There's some really neat stuff there. We also have a Facebook page. Then again, who doesn't? Go to the Facebook page and you'll see even more neat stuff there. Thank you, happy spring, and stay safe.